Oh yeah. Look. Never been in jail, stand behind my bars, get up off my wave, what to make the charge, flower medicine, get it by the jar, living out your dreams, you can't sleep at all, and I got a job, working overtime, getting underpaid, never stop the grind, and I don't complain, I just keep on trying, wake up every day, thank God I'm alive. That's why I'm flexing like Razor Ramon. Just booked the ticket to Europe for fun. I network and doubling up on my funds. Come back connected like Trump. Spending my money I dump. Ballin' like I was a monk. Yo, chickens looking at my jug. Might have to hit it and run. I got room in the coupe for just one more. I'm so lonely. About to cop me a coupe with just one door.
Hi and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. On this edition, I'm going to show you how I do a tight mid fade on the side with using the shears top. Also how to shape the beard. Right now the first one that I was using, it was the senior, but I switched the blade. It was the I put a balding, and that's the first one that I used just to have my first guide. Then the second one that I'm using right now is the magic clip with guard number 1. All right, and then I brush it. You know, I start with the right side. I have many ways to do how to do fades and tight fade, mid fade, high fade, tight fade, sky. You know, you name it. I know how to do it different ways. Right now we're using guard number 2, and now I open the level, and I'm gonna have the long stroke right there, how you saw it, how I did, right. And right there, notice how the way how the machine side turns side. That's because the hair, it turns to the opposite. So in order to grab it right, you gotta go right against the hair. So right now, and also the level was open, so it was 2.5. But now it's 2 level close 2. Now I'm with guard number 1, level open. And we're going to pass exactly right there in that section, as you could tell. And we keep passing it. We brush it. Keep passing it. Brush it. And as you could tell, I keep playing with the level, you know. That's one of the keys. You can put little by little. You don't have to close it right away all the way to 0, or you don't have to open it right away to half. In between, before that, you could close it like 3 times before you close it completely, or 3 times before you open it. Right now I'm using the 116 guard 116 level semi-open. See, I'm opening little by little, and as I open it, then I go a little higher. And if I open it now I close it, then I go lower, and I'm maintaining the line where I see the line that the balding did. Now I open it. Real quick, it's just I'm using the same right hand with the thumb to open and close, and now with the left, obviously. So I open, then I close it right there again, and then I brush. Make sure you use the brush. Right now I'm closing it, then I open the level again. You gotta be careful sometimes. You see, like this client, he particularly like to move. He talks and move. So, you know, you gotta really pay attention, and sometimes stop what you're doing, or hold the head, so that way he don't move the head when you trying to fade in, do the fade on the side, so do the haircut. Right now I'm using the 116, using the corners too. That's another technique, the 116 corners, using the corners. See, with the corners, I don't have to sacrifice using the whole blade and then racing all the other part. Right now I'm not, this is less than half, all right, and I'm gonna pass it right with the line, with the balding, it was 0. So, but now I'm closing it. Now is semi-closed, all right. Now I close it completely, and now I open it a little bit, brush it, open it a little bit, keep passing it, open it completely, that's the half, and use the corner, notice. Now I'll go back to 1. Because once you start erasing some of the lines in the bottom, all the stuff at top, it start like showing up. It start like popping up. Like, see, I could see that part right there, that it was with some shadow. Right here, like I said, this is the balding. This is the senior, right? It is the senior, the body. The engine and the body is senior. But the blade is a balding. Notice how quick and fast it cleans the side, and I don't have to sacrifice my Andy slim line. I don't have to any trimmer of mine. I don't have to sacrifice, meaning I don't have to mess it up. Sometimes those trimmer they're meant to do just to trim, not just to clean up on the side. So right now we're gonna be doing the other side just like we did the other side. We're gonna start with the magic clip, level close completely, and we're gonna have the first line, guideline. And yes, like I was saying earlier, so you can still use the GTX, the Andy, the TL liner detailer, but it's more faster using the bolding. You go buy the machine, which it don't have a level, and it comes with cable. So if you don't want to deal with the cable, then you could just buy the blade. And if you have a magic clip or something like that, you could switch the blade and try it. And you're going to see how fast you're going to do your job. Right now, I'm using guard number 2, level open. And notice, like I said, the hair is going to go a certain way. And you're going to see the machine is going to go against it. So, but where you see the shadow, that's where I'm passing it, the 2.5, and I'm passing it in that section right there, and I pass it a couple of times, you know, it until I see that is grabbing, and then little by little, I'm gonna start closing the level, right? But I keep still passing it. You see how many times I'm passing it? Now I'm starting to close the level, little by little, and I pass it again, and pass the brush. Or you could have the comb or the brush. Right now I'm using the 1/8 or the 1, and level open. That's the next level right after 2, and we working our way down. As we go down, then we go lower numbers. In this case, the 1/8 with the level open. And now we're gonna pass it right there. The 1.5 or 1/8 and a half level open. In that section right there. Now I close it, then I go a little lower. See, now we level close, and I'm passing it lower. Notice how I don't go too much up. Now, as you could tell, I still keep passing it left to right, right to left, couple of times. You know, even if it have to be 2, 3, 4, 5 times, I just trying to get the nice blend in. I want to make sure that it give time to the machine to grasp some of the hair. The more strokes and the more place that you pass it, the more detail is gonna come out. The more the blend is gonna show up. Right now I'm using the 1/16 level close, and notice right there I stopped to check my message on the watch. If you have the Apple Watch, definitely helped me so I could still see my message. I don't lose the calls. I don't have to stop. I don't have to stop with my hands to see grab the phone and test. It's just very comfortable. Right now I'm using the magic clip, level close, no guards, now open. You know what I mean? Little by little. See, I close a little bit. Now I close it completely. See, there was like 2-3 times before I close it. You know, and that's the trick. A lot is in the trick on the level. Right now, like I said, I'm using the bolding, the senior, with the blade bolding. Even though it has a level on the side, you cannot open the level. Why? Because the first blade on the other side of that blade, the teeth, they're very small, so it acts like a TL liner, and then the top one is not gonna grab nothing. You could open it, but it's not gonna have space to grab it. Is what I'm saying. So you know, I'm using the magic clip now and using the corners and level semi-open just to retouch, because my eyes see some shadows or detail. And see, I close the level, pass a couple again. You know, your inner voice is gonna tell you, because the eyes send a message to the mind, and you have a spirit, and that spirit in you, that inner voice is gonna talk to you. It's gonna talk to you. So right now we're gonna finish the other last part, and we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing through the whole hair. That was guard number 1. Now guard number 2, and we're gonna pass it right there. We're gonna pass it to guard to now 2.5. Level open. Notice the stroke is a lot bigger. So then now I close a little bit. And it's not completely closed, but I pass it again. And notice how the blend in is coming. So basically he's getting kind of like a fro hack, if you want to call it a fro hack or mohawk. Different place, different cities, different town, different countries, they got different names. They put in certain names, but this is what he normally likes, and this is what he normally gets. And so another thing, make sure you follow orders. If a consultation is the first step, make sure you follow instruction or what the clients want, and then you proceed to do, you know, the haircut. But before the haircut, you have to make sure follow orders. Right now I was using the one, now the half, no guard, and we're gonna pass it in that area right there. See, and that shadow, that transition, there's a little bit of shadow there. See, I brush it. Now I open the level, and I'm gonna keep passing in that area. I still see it. I keep passing right there. Now it's starting to go away a little bit. You know what I mean? So I use the corner. I'm using the corner. Right there, I was seeing something. And where I pass it is because I'm seeing something. And normally I use the corner just so I could only touch that part, and I don't have to sacrifice to keep, you know, going short in all the parts. Right now, I'm using guard number 1 to lower the beard. That's how he likes it. He told me bring it down to number 1 and shape it up. So that's what I was doing. And then right now we're gonna start cutting the top. So I saturate the hair with the water on top. I don't put a lot, just a tiny bit, not a lot. And now, as you could tell, I'm using the technique scissors over comb or shears over comb. This technique allow me. It's basically like having like a 1.5 and 2, but I have a better control of exactly that section right there. See where I wanted to take it. I've been doing it for a lot of years, so I already know exactly how to use it, and I'm sure you could do it too. I'm sure if you practice, you will get the hang of it, and you will achieve what I'm trying to say. See, like normally, I brush the hair down in order to grab it, and then there's times where I can see it right away. And basically, just like a machine, you start it really nice and tight, and then you start lifting the comb. Then make sure you put the shears even with the comb, and also get a light combs that you could see the dark hair. That's why my comb is gray, so that way when I pass through the hair, I see which part of black hair or the hair, you can see where it will expose better the hair. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, in the other side, I'm just showing you, look at my hands, the motions, or how I grab the combs, how I grab the shears. Everybody got different technique, different things. This is the hair, a different way to cut hair. This, like I said, it's different ways to do. I know people in different cities or college or the barber school that teach you certain way, but also there's other people that has done it in different ways. They work for them, and it worked. As long the haircut come out as fine and the way that he likes it, you know what I mean, then keep doing it by all means. If you learn it how the school teach you, then you do it like that. But in this one, you notice I pick it up the hair with the comb, then I rest the comb in my thumb, then once it's pinched the hair between my fingers, I can see what is long and what is not. And what he wants is more on the sides to be shorter, and in the middle a little longer. And then there's right there, I use the technique, this is over comb, and then freestyle just a little bit tiny on top, just taking, and then right here I go to the other side. And notice when I pinch the hair, I see the hair that is long, and I move every hair to the middle, and then that part right there is a little long. My doing it the other way, I'm not gonna get it that short, so now I'm using the technique. See, and then I start shaping it, and then now that I had it all, you know, cut up all even, whatever, you know, to style it. Now I put a little bit of elegance gel or whatever the preference gel that you have. And you know, with the fingers, I do it with my hands, bare hands, to give a natural texture. You know what I mean? A natural look. He wanted the messy look, but kind of like more in the middle. You know, like that. How you guys are seeing it. Usually, I use the fingers to separate and give it like, and then in the side, I kind of, you know, do that texture. I noticed that when I put the gel right here, there was still some shadow that it was calling me. It was like, hey, right here's a little dark. You have to pass the scissor. It doesn't matter if it has gel. Don't worry. You can wipe it off the axis of the scissors or the shears, and you could always get. I have 4 or 5 pairs, and then if I have to buy more, so I buy it. I don't deny myself. I use them, and if that the moment I have to do it like how I did, then I do it. You know, ain't no problem with that. Right now I'm doing the box out. I'm using the detailer. I start right in the middle, and I work my way to the side. But I start in the middle, so I know is the point of reference. And then I with the corners, you know, I stay right there in that corner. Then I go a couple of times, you know, even though it doesn't shape that much. My clipper, I don't mind, because with the blade, I'm gonna be able to make it more sharper. The cream, I'm using a shaving cream called the Bomb Pro, and this is the Black Widow blade with the razor. So shout out to Black Widow, great product, very light, very steady. The blade fits real nice and steady, and it exposed the blade. So you can see what are you using, and the blade is very sharp. Black Widow also made blades. So right now I have them laying down because I'm a short guy, so I wanna make sure he's comfortable, and I'm able to grab that part right there and go against the grain, so I could get a better shape, so I could shape it a lot better. As you could tell, I didn't even use the trimmer to shape the beard. So the way that I shape it is free-handed with the blade. I have a napkin where I wipe all the hair that I shave. Notice I use both of my hand, the left to stretch the skin, and then also to hold the combs. You gotta be careful. He still like to say yes, no, and talk where I'm cutting hair, and he don't see what I see. He just wanted to be talking, which is normal. I don't mind talking, having a conversation, but sometimes when you're doing this part, it's better to stay quiet, or let him know, hey, I'm gonna be shaving. I need you to stay quiet for a minute or whatever. But yeah, this is how I'm shaping it. The cream that I use is called Bomb Pro. It's medicated. It's like have a menthol, and you put it and it freezes the skin. It kind of like it freezes it, and no matter, even if you don't have water, it's okay. And no matter how many times you pass the blade, it's like a shield. It will protect it so it won't get irritated. And definitely works really good. And every time you pass the blade, it feels like you're passing an ice cube. And then even if you want to put a little bit of water, you will activate it. But I don't like to do that because it gets too slippery, and sometimes it doesn't grab the hair. So I like my shaving cream that kind of dries up a little bit, and then after like 2-3 minutes after, it gets really dry. And then once you put a brand new blade, it start throwing like a little dust. So I like that because it's like a defense line. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes what I'm saying. Right now I'm working in the other side. Notice that it's gonna start when I shape it. You can hardly see that there's how you gonna make a beard. There's nothing there. You will see. It's like now you don't see it, and then later on you will see it. You know what I mean? And but determination, vision, persistent, doing the steps, and like I said, I never claim that my way is the only way. But you know what I mean? If you see it and you like what I do, you give it a try. And if it does work, I'm doing it for you. Also for the people that never grab a blade, have an idea, look at how my finger grabs, look at, I don't put pressure on the blade, I don't put it too tight. What I really do is stretch the skin and shape it the most that I can. Pass it whatever times you need until you are able to see the shape of the beard. Every time I'm using the blade, notice that I'm stretching the skin or the fingers are right with the behind the blade. So that way they work in conjunction, they work, together. That way it helps, it makes everything more detailed. See, like, notice I'm gonna work in the mustache, look at the finger stretching right behind the blade, the razor holder. I know my English is not the best because I speak a lot of Spanish, but the little bit that I know, I try to give. I always say this. I know I may sound like a broken record, but I have at least 3,000 subscriber monthly, new subscribing, and I have more than 71,000 subscribers. Thank you for all you 71s. So definitely have to repeat myself so all those new ones could be in the same page. And this is what I was saying. Look, the cream, now I have them all set up and I'm gonna do the final details. Now notice that I put a brand new blade, and now that it's dry, notice how you can hardly see it, but there's like a little dusty, and it gets like it looks sort of like clean too. And notice his hair is really thick. If you would have done this just with water or any other gel, he would have probably be like, red, real red, or bleeding. Another thing, always shave from top to bottom and then from bottom to top, so that way you won't take, if you shave from bottom to top right away, you're gonna irritate and you're gonna pull the hair from the root, and it's gonna definitely pull, and that's gonna cause irritation, and you don't want that. This is the before the haircut. This is how he looked before the haircut. It's a big difference. And he told me, shake my beard, lower number 1, semi-thick, do the eyebrows, tight fade, and cut the top just a little bit. And this is what I give. Well, hope everyone takes something out of it. If you do, and if you like this, thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. Please share it. That's all I ask. Share it. If you have a family or a friend that want to learn, all I'm asking is just share it, so it will make this world of the barbershop a better place. Once again, thank you for your time and your support. Sincerely, your boy, Jeff the Master Barber. Peace.
Gotta get it, nobody gonna get it for me, no. I gotta get it, cause nobody gonna get it for me. I gotta go, get it.